Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is B and I am a hip hop head and a lawyer, and I am a very big Barb, so I am extremely excited for this album review. Nicki Minaj has dropped her 5th studio album, Pink Friday 2, and this is going to be my review and walkthrough of all the tracks. I'm not going to be able to put the full copyrighted version up on YouTube, so this is going to be my lyrical breakdown. I have a Patreon, so honestly, I could put up the full version for people to see on Patreon, or maybe a full version some way, I'm not sure how, maybe on TikTok or something. So if you want that, let me know. But if you are excited to see me breaking down my thoughts on Nicki's new album track by track, then stick around and keep watching this video, and make sure that you subscribe for more hip hop deep dives, reviews and commentary and other fun content. Make sure you leave your comments, and I want to know your thoughts on the album as a whole and about each track that I go through. So let's get into the video. I want to start though by saying to watch my previous video I did on why NM5 Pink Friday 2 is such an important Nicki Minaj album, because I think a lot of the things that I said in that video have come to be, especially with the themes of motherhood and sort of the vulnerability and everything she's sharing in the album. I think very much relates back to what I was saying it's going to be a theme, because this is a new era for her. It's also unheard of for rappers to be rapping at this age, especially women. And now we've got that example. We now know what it sounds like to be 41 years old releasing your 5th rap album. This is it. This is the new era, and that's really what this album symbolizes for me. But I wanted to say that straight away because I'm really happy to see what the album actually ended up being, and I'm very interested as well to see what more we're gonna get, especially when it comes to like tour and everything like that. Okay, let's start with track 1, Are You Gone Already? Oh, it's coming. I just love the raps on this. It's that drop for me. It's really that drop for me. Beautiful song. Yeah, so let's talk about Are You Gone Already? I love that song. The contrast for me, that soft Billie Eilish vocal, obviously Nicki's vocals as well, with the sort of like bass drop and drums in the rapping parts. That, I don't know, it just spoke to me. There's just a certain, when music is mixed a certain way, it's like, I don't know, it just vibrates within me. And I feel like that song was soulful. Obviously, Nicki's explained now that that song was about her father. So he was supposed to come and see them to help with the baby. He would have been there in 3 days, and then he had an accident, and then he unfortunately passed away. So in the song, Nicki is reflecting on the process of learning that he passed away, and you never got to meet Papa. So he never got to meet his grandson because he died on his way to see them. And that's extremely sad. It's extremely vulnerable and emotional. And it kind of follows this tradition Nicki has of speaking about death and loss as the first song on her album. For me, that suggests to me, as an artist or as a person, and what she expresses through her art, is a lot of, I don't know whether guilt is the right word, but you get this sense throughout the album that she is reflecting on situations that she feels guilt for now, or at least carries a lot of emotion around. And this album was a way of releasing it. It does feel like a release of emotion, this album. Like there's stuff that she's just letting go now. And when an artist is able to communicate that to you as their first opening song, they're like, I'm going to start this project off by performing a song about the death of my father. It just sets a tone that this is a human being, and it adds a human element to her albums. And a point that I want to make, you know, when people are being extremely critical, obviously you don't have to like an album, like it's perfectly fine. But when people are being critical in the sense of saying, like, oh, it's boring, oh, it's this, it's that, I really do think that there is a chronic issue with people not seeing Nicki Minaj as a human being, or Onika Tanya Mirage Petty as a human being. When she makes human songs that aren't, you know, club music or whatever, people just tune out. It's like they only like to hear her when she's performing in that capacity, but she's a lyricist, she's an artist, she's a human, she's a woman, she's a mother. So her music is going to reflect that. And I think there needs to be a little bit more attention span, in my opinion, in order to digest and really appreciate music like this. Not only do you need to have an attention span, but you also need to have experienced things in life. And I think if you're young and maybe naive and inexperienced, you may not understand, you know, oh, why is she making a song? Like, where is the, like, the. You will learn as you grow and get older, you know, the importance of being true about how you feel. And if how you're feeling is complex, like you're feeling good in some ways and bad in some other ways, you know, if you're an artist, you're putting together a project, you're gonna want to express yourself the most genuinely you can. And I think this was a way of Nicki telling us that this was genuinely a really big thing. The fact that it starts her album. And hearing her son's voice on the track as well, like, it just goes to show, you know, that this is a big statement for her at this stage. So my top lyrics, or like notable lyrics from that song: don't stress, Onika, so blessed, Onika, today is 12/3/23, your baby's 3, he's the best, Onika. Reminds me of dear old Nicki. The fact that she's affirming the song, there is a lot of affirmation in this song. I like that. And yeah, I almost got thrown off by the 12/3/23 because in England we do date, month, year, whereas in America you guys do month, date, year, which is so random. So I was like thinking she was referencing the 12th of March. It doesn't really matter, but anyway. But yeah, I like those lyrics. They sounded like an affirmation, and it reminded me of, yeah, dear old Nicki. And I like when she talks to herself and addresses herself. Because you can tell, like, this is the start of the album. She's saying, right, Onika, don't stress. You're super blessed. Look at everything around you. Now let's go in. And that's what takes us on to the next track. I'm rating the tracks out of 5, by the way. And honestly, this one got 5 out of 5 for me. So now let's move on to the next track. Okay, track number 2, Barbie Dangerous. Yep, so I love Barbie Dangerous. I think the energy on that one is immaculate. Her flow is immaculate. I wrote, this is complex rap that is not for everyone. Like, this is very true. I found it interesting that she would open up, well, obviously after the title track, but her second track, you know, she's doing rapidy rapping. Like, I love it. And I think what's really good is her intonation is extremely clean and extremely clear. You can hear every single word. A lot of rappers rap fast, but that doesn't mean you can rap. That does not mean you can rap, and it doesn't mean you can rap well either. So I was really impressed for her to see her do something complex for the start. You know, she's like, nope, this is how I rap. This is me. I'm really rapping. And I really like the content as well, because she's like, I think Big Difference, the theme of Big Difference runs through. She's just not the same. And I think it's very important for Nicki Minaj to know that, like, she's not the same. She wants it to be clear. Don't compare it to people. Don't say that anyone's on her level. Don't say anyone's in her lane. And I think that's a tone that she wants to set from the beginning. You know, judge her on her own merits. You don't need to constantly keep putting names against hers. It's completely unnecessary. And I like Barbie Dangerous because it's a little bit threatening. It's a little bit menacing. And it gets the job done. Like, she sounds dangerous. Yeah, I really like it. I'm giving that one. I also said this is like a part 2 to LLC and that she's just going absolutely insane lyrically. So I think this one was really strong. Top lyrics, Barbie Dangerous, Wheat Chickens don't endanger us. You're over, you ain't in range of us because I won 111 angel numbers. Like that one because obviously 1111 angel numbers and it sounds like 1111. Just great, fabulous. I'm gonna give this one 5 out of 5. Again, look at that, we're doing extremely well. And I'm really pleased as well that we've gotten such a good body of work as well. Like, but anyway, let me not get ahead of myself. Let's get into track number 3. No, wait, I'm missing something. Hang on. I'm missing something really important, especially for this song. I'm gonna need these. This is what I wear when I'm in the club. Yeah, now we're ready.
Yeah, high heels on my tippies. Don't say ain't Gabbana, that's on my tippies.
Give me my tens. Nah, that one keeps the people moving. I'm sorry, but FTCU? I had to put on my club glasses for that one. I had to dress like I was going to the club because, girl, I like that song. My notes say an absolute slap. This is really fun music. She made this for the club, obviously. It sounds like, it reminds me of Yikes. It's a powerful song and the beat knocks. Yeah, so like, Yikes is that like, I just walking into the club music, like Nas and Belly, that kind of vibe. Like, that's when you're playing, whoa, cut the price. And so this one is definitely how me and my friends can be entering the club. Like when you're rolling deep and you got all your people and you're looking good and everything, you got your coat on and your glasses, and it's just like, oh, ready to tear it up. And then the way she's talking like a fashion icon, I love it. I love it when she does her fashion talk. Very much 2017 Nicki. Very fashion Nicki. So I like that very much. So yeah, I like this song. My top lyric, I leave these chickens on red so they know that they blew it. I thought that's funny because if you leave someone on red, you've not read their message. So the last message will be their message. And on iPhone or iMessage, that's a blue message. So she leaves them on red so that they know that they blew it. Get it? Legend, icon. I must stand. All right, let's move on to the next song. Okay, let's get into the next track. Beep, beep. Beep, beep, beep. Ugh.
I tell him that he had the chance of a lifetime.
You wanna be a millionaire, I'm your lifeline.
Beep, 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 is that beep? Is that you talking to me? Is that beep? If I don't even know you exist, is that beep?
So beep, beep, short and sweet, makes the point. I think everybody could vibe to this, could bop to this. It's a nice little crowd pleaser. Everyone, even if you like different styles, you're gonna enjoy this song. It's a nice little like, it's a short and sweet song. My only criticism of this song is that it's not, like, I want more of that rap. I like what she was getting into. If I don't even know you exist, is that beef? I would have been able to cackle to a few more of those. But that's just, you know, me saying I wish I had more song. But sometimes short and sweet works and it's good. I like this song, but because it's not longer, I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5. But beep, 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 beep. It's kind of like a nice little, because looking at the track list as well, it's a nice transition from the hype of the Barbie Dangerous and FTCU. Then you get Beep Beep, you catch your breath a bit, and then we get into the next track, Fallin for You, which has a similar vibe to the next. So that song and then the next 4 songs, 5 songs actually, have a similar vibe. So I feel like Beep Beep is a nice transition into the vibe of the next segment of the album. And I think this is the the vibe Nika. I don't know whether vibe Nika is a thing, but I think this next section of Falling For You down to Cowgirl, these are, it's got a certain dreamy quality about it, even though it's still talking about real stuff, real emotions. So let's get into the next song. Okay, next track is Falling For You. Well, this is so pink print coded. This is so pink print coded. That beat. Falling for you. Picture that, giving bitches that. Picture using me and the bobs and never giving back. You would dread that. I mean, like how. I love that song. Sorry, I love that song. Falling For You, round of applause for you. This is an amazing song. And the start of it, you think the vibe is going to be, you know, love and rainbows. And then she's like, picture me giving slack. She's like, wait, you thought I was just relaxing? Stop. And this is why Nicki is my Nicki, you know, because she always manages to combine that juxtaposition between, you know, I'm a soft, girly girl, you know, lover girl, whatever. But then she'll also have that hardness, that aggression, that like, don't mess with me though. And I like that she shows that because I think it makes complete sense when you listen to this song before the next song. But just on this one, Falling For You, I love the little ad lib where she goes before she starts rapping and going in. But Falling For You is a 5 out of 5. No shadow of a doubt. It's a 5 out of 5. Like, I don't have a single note for this song. I think it's perfect. So pink print coded. It sounds like the follow up to Pills and Potions. Like, I feel like Pills and Potions and Falling For You are definitely sisters. 100%. Love this song. Love the vibe. I can't even imagine how sick a video is going to be. But I think it's a perfect introduction to the next song, which I absolutely love and I really relate to. So let's get into that one. Okay, here is the next track, Let Me Calm Down, featuring Jermaine Cole.
Pull up and I almost hit him. Million missed calls, I don't wanna talk. Haven't hurry for the friend of her. She bad as fuck for hard to deal with, and it ain't her fault.
And it was beautiful. That song is basically me in every relationship I've ever had. And J. Cole's verse, you know, like being able to rap from the POV that he rapped from is really special. And also with the subject matter being like Nicki Minaj, and not just Nicki, but just women like her, you know, and just rapping and understanding the reality for like what it's like to be a partner to a woman like that, which, you know, is going to test you. And just, you know, the importance of holding down family and keeping it together. And I think that was just a really nice message to share. And this is the benefit you get of rappers rapping when they're more mature, when they've had more life experience, because you're going to get these beautiful kind of verses and these beautiful ways of expressing life and love and challenges and emotions. And I think it's important that we, you know, stay varied in how we interpret and understand life to be. I don't think we should expect, you know, the same type of music from artists all the time, especially just hip hop generally. This is such a unique song. I don't think I've heard a rapper rapping from this kind of perspective that J. Cole did. Not to mention that this is monumental because this is finally a J. Cole and Nicki collab after God knows how long. So really special song, really relate to it. I felt that in my spirit. So that's definitely a 5 out of 5 for me. Now onto our next song, which I really like as well, and the features on this were really good. Okay, our next song, R&B feat Lil Wayne and Take Bang. nigga bitch, call me R&B.
His ex bitches mad than they ought to be. If you love me, baby, tattoo my whole name.
I like it. That was really good. I like the R&B title. I like the play on the fact that this is like an R&B song. This is like, I'm not living life. I'm not living right. If you're not by my side, by my side. Like, that's what this is giving. It sounds, honestly, it sounds like a Chris Brown feature, but it's not Chris Brown. But Take Her Bang is really good, and he's one of Nicki's artists on Heavy On It, her label. So I think he skated on this song. I think he was really good. I think Wayne was really good. I think obviously Nicki was really good. Her flow was really good on this one. I love a little My Man song. Like, why not? And I consider myself an R&B. So shout out to the R&Bs. Shout out to the R&Bs. But yeah, I love that song. Is there anything that song could have had better? No, it's a 5 out of 5 for me. I like that song. I don't think that song has any notes coming from me. Right, so let's move on to the next track, Pink Birthday. Let's get into the next song, Pink Birthday. I like as well that this was 8th track on the album, which was released on the 8th, which is with her birthday, so. Nice little vibe. Definitely, this is what I meant about Pink Print Coded, because that's an extremely Pink Print Coded song. It's like, it reminds me of Put You in a Room, you ain't gotta leave, you ain't gotta leave, you ain't gotta leave, you ain't gotta leave. And also a little bit of Get on Your Knees, get on your knees, get on your knees. Baby, just get, I'll be back at 11. You just act like a peasant. Got a bow on my, because my is a present. Yeah, I like that one. But that's the vibe it's giving, you know. And I feel like the story as well, because if you look at the tracks, you had her flexing a bit. Then bit on R&B, she's still kind of flexing, but she's like, you know, I'm a real one. And then this is like her soft one. This is her song for her man on his birthday. So I know, you know, when it's your man's birthday, you guys can play this one. But yeah, I like this song. It's a nice chill song. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. Okay, so on to the next track, track 9. The next track on the album is Needle featuring Drake.
I just wanna pull up and be please so baby, don't delay that. You gave nothing, bitch. Think you could do that? Another bit of rap. I just wanna pull up.
Gave nothing, bitch. Thank you for 0 next. Yeah, so Needle is the Dricky collab that we've been waiting for a really long time. I think the vibe, you know, Island, Jafake and Drake is always gonna slap, unfortunately. But this was really good. The vibe was just super smooth. And like I said, if you look at the track list, this is where we're in the sort of like, you know, my man, my lover sort of vibe. And the song after this is Cowgirl, which is kind of like the last one in this vibe. You can hear the beat starts picking up a bit, but that's what I like about this particular pack. I think like you could take from Fallin' For You to Cowgirl, and like that could be a little EP in and of itself, because the sounds are so similar and they're so good. But yeah, love that song. It's a real chill vibe. I'll give it a 4 out of 5. The only reason I wouldn't give it a 5 out of 5 is only because of Drake. I liked it, but I just thought maybe he could have added something extra to it, like an extra verse or something. But that's just me wanting more, having high expectations, but it's nice to see them working together. Obviously, I know I'm critical of Drake, but I don't think that that has the same correlations to his like actual quality of his music, which is really, really good in my opinion. But yeah, I really like that song. I like Needle. That's going to slap in the summer as well. When they smack that in and then we're all just whining. Yes. And DJs, you better play Nicki Minaj. Like, there's no excuse now for you not to have Nicki in your mixes. I will be checking. I want to hear this all summer, period. All right, here's the next song, Cowgirl. So that's Cowgirl. I really like Cowgirl. I want to address something though, because a lot of people are like, oh, Nicki's, not a lot of people actually. It's not a lot of people. A very annoying, tiny sliver minority of the internet population was trying to insinuate that Nicki's trying to copy Doja Cat. How can Nicki copy Doja Cat? Doja Cat was inspired and influenced by Nicki's formula. So there may be, you can say as much as you want in terms of differences of abilities or skill sets, whatever, okay. But I think this flow that she's doing on this song, it reminds me of Agora Hills. It's that sort of like airy vibe. But if you read the reviews of Agora Hills, they all said it reminded them of Nicki Minaj and Doja channeling Nicki Minaj. So the sonic similarity, especially with the flow, and then she's like, pass me the 2-piece, you know, that kind of thing. Like, that's always been Nicki's style. So it's nice to hear it. It's nice to have a little vibe. This feels like Bed 2.0 from Queen. I got a bed with your name on it, but like way more chill, way more chill. I've seen mixed reviews of this song, but I like the song a lot. I really like her flow switches. It's a 4 out of 5 for me for this song, personally. That's my opinion. Shoot me if you want, but it won't change. All right, let's go into the next song. Up next, we've got our song for the Gen Zs. Everybody, feat Lil Uzi.
Ain't gang if you let shit slide. Ain't bad if you got a dick ride. We gon' spin and kill. Deep in this cup.
That's a good one. That's a really good one. I really like that song. What can I say? That's a hit. Story goes, according to Nicki, this came out of her Call of Duty gig. She created this song for Call of Duty, made it in 5 minutes, ended up keeping it. Didn't think Uzi would want to be on it because obviously he just did I Just Want to Rock, yeah. But he did it. Like, he jumped on it and he gave a little vibe and it was nice. I think the kids are going to love this. It's already doing really well on TikTok. So we're going to see where this one goes. This is definitely a rigged hit, in my opinion. It's a really good song. But now let's move on to the queen, the next song. The next song, Big Difference. And I'm gonna need my glasses again. My glasses are on, like my honey's blue. Bad bitches, yeah, I keep them by the 2.
We not the same, you my opposite. I am the queen, you my opposite shit. Corniest bitches be poppin' shit. Everything offended.
You know I just dropped my...
I just put the rose up on me.
Okay, big difference. It's a big difference between me and you. Obviously, the now iconic song that she performed at the VMAs as a surprise after Last Time I Saw You. This was so perfectly executed, this song, as a snippet, that hearing it on the album, it was like, is it still going to give the same energy? Yes, of course it gave the same energy. And the switch up as well, the switching in flow, the switching up the beat, the like, like, it's just a vibe, guys. This is why she's this. This is why she is who she is. This is why she is her. 5 out of 5 stars. No notes. Absolutely love this song. I will wake up every morning and listen to this song. This song is my song. I love Big Difference. 5 out of 5. 10 out of 5 if that was possible. The next song, we all know her. She's mother, icon, legend. The next song is Red Ruby the Sleeze. I feel like we all know Red Ruby the Sleeze because it was already released. So I'm not going to play that one, but it's a banger. 5 out of 5. Iconic sample. Only on them seas if it's breeze. And then obviously we got the iconic we horses since Christopher Reeves. I still remember where I was when she dropped that song. I was in Abu Dhabi. But yeah, 10 out of 10, no notes for Red Ruby. Let's go to Forward from Trini with Skilly Bang and Skang.
They gotta look to me for what's next. Too busy trying to trace my footsteps.
I like that song. Obviously, hurling back to Nicki's Trini roots. And I think that's a really good, fun song. I can see that going down really well in carnival season. And obviously the little bit at the end would go papa, go papa, go papa, go papa. Like, it's like cute because obviously the little baby is probably jamming along. And this is it. Like, one thing I love about Caribbean music is that the lyrics may be crazy, but this is a family-friendly song. I love it. But yeah, this is a really good song. I'm not an expert on island music at all, but I really like this song. I think it was really great. If I would give Crocodile Teeth a 5 out of 5, I would give this a 4 out of 5. And Megatron is still 5 out of 5 for me. So this is 4 out of 5. But it's still really, really good. Really good vibe. And yeah, super fun. And I like dancing to it, which is the point. This album has something for everybody. The word of the day is versatility. Okay, excellent. Right, let's get on to the next song. Now we have one of my favorites from the whole album, Pink Friday Girls.
I can tell you the one could have hated on it. Used to be a high roller, but I skated on it. In the middle of the night, all day, that's what you gonna do with your life.
Yeah, love that song. That is Super Bass's sister. Like, now that slapped. And for all the people talking about like, oh, it's not giving part 2 to Pink Friday. It's not giving part 2 to Pink Friday. What more part 2 to Super Bass can you get? That is like a grown-up version of Super Bass. I really like that song. 5 out of 5 stars. No notes. It was just Pop Nika in her element. Like, this is what Pop Nika sounds like. This is how it sounds like when the OG does it. No shade, no shade, no shade. Just tea. Love that song. Now let's go on to the next track. Okay, so the next track on the album is Super Freaky Girl. As this was released already, I've already reacted to it and created some content about Super Freaky Girl, which you can see on my channel. So I won't play that song now, but again, stunning. And I think Super Freaky Girl, I think the transition from Pink Friday Girls to Super Freaky Girl is really, really good. That's definitely Barbie hitting that. And yeah, Super Freaky Girl's iconic smash hit #1 legend. So no more need be said about that. Let's move on to the next track. Okay, so this is the next song. This is Bahm Bahm. Nicki got us good with this one. She told us this was just a preview, something out the vault. We could only stream it on the website. Little did we know it would be on the album. Here's Bahm Bahm.
Hey, yo.
Here we go again, kicking some dumb flow. Think she Harajuku, she just some young hoe. They say my price ridiculous, I don't like them bitches. Bahm Bahm, love it! Bahm Bahm is such a banger. When it came out, I kept streaming that and streaming it and streaming it. I think I even screen recorded it so that I could make a TikTok with it. Absolutely obsessed with that song. Absolutely loved it. Bahm Bahm, is there anything it could change? No, 5 out of 5. Love that song. Absolutely love that song. No notes. No notes. Now on to what I think is currently my favorite song on the album. Let's get into it. Okay, up next we've got my absolute favorite song. So far, my favorite song on this album. And the sample, Heart of Glass. Oh, this song is so good. I'm going to just tell you now, this song's 5 out of 5 stars. Just so we've got that out of the way. But here's My Life.
I'm always up and got an Annie. I pull hard, I'm never old, I'm like Lammy. Hey, yo, these
bitches pay me, but I shitted on them first. Stole his heart, then I put it in a verse. My life, my life, my life.
Bunch of jealous bitches, but I know the real bitches hear me. A bitch hot, come feel.
Yes, we do. No, I love that song. That song hits differently for me. Absolute banger. I think it's so good. The lyrics as well. And it reminds me of like a cowboy, Wild West sort of like Nicki in a saloon. That's definitely the vibe that I get from this song. I like it. It's a calm flex. And looking at the track list again, the next song is sort of the last, it's sort of like the last gangsterish song, but it's not that gangster. It's still quite soft. But I feel like My Life is Nicki saying, I think that's like Queen Sleeze signing out for the rest of the album and letting Onika finish the album. But I really love this song. Yeah, I think My Life is incredible. And she's right, you know, it's her life. You can't tell her who to love or who to be with. And when she said the real bees will hear her, facts. And we do hear you, Nick. For sure, for sure. Right, okay, we're nearly at the end of the album. Sad. Crying emojis. But let's get into the next one. Okay, so this is Nicki Hendrix featuring Future. This is starting the kind of vibe of the landing of the album. Future's so good at one of these sort of like smooth love songs. It's so annoying. It's your daughter and your empire that order. I love that song. It's a nice chill vibe and it brings the album down to the place it needs to be. Not to say these songs are negative, but I mean it brings the tempo down to where it needs to be for the last 3 songs. I want to say now, since we're coming to the end of the album, that this entire album, listening to everything that Nicki's put together, seeing how smart she's been, how cleverly she shared this music with us over the past, nearly over a year, really, since Super Freaky Girl really rolled out, and seeing it all come together as a cohesive body of work is just incredible. I'm very proud. I'm really excited for tour. I already bought my tickets. So just hearing this album and just having the last sort of 24 hours just vibing with it, it feels like a body of work. And it feels like Nicki's really put up a good body of work that showcases her talent and her skill. And so the extra things that we get, especially from these last 3 songs, where she's really opening up. So I really feel like we should be grateful for that, and we should just be grateful that there are still rappers out there that are willing to be vulnerable, that write their own raps so you know it's them, that they're telling their own stories. I feel like the last few years there's not been that much storytelling, and I feel like a lot of what I've talked about on my channel in terms of lyricism, why women don't write lyrical raps, you know, what kind of content they should cover, and all of the things I've said about Nicki, a lot of them are just handled so beautifully in this album. And it just goes to show that, look, it's possible, but being a really good rapper isn't for everybody. Not everybody is going to fulfill the criteria, and that's okay. It's a distance, a big distance between Nicki and people that aren't on that level, and that's okay. And I don't think that we or anyone should be disrespectful enough to say that just because you like another girl that you're gonna lie, because no one's doing it like Nicki Minaj, and we know that. We know that for a fact. And so I just wanted to say that now, because I know we're wrapping up and we're winding up, so I had something on my mind. But let's get on to the last 3 songs of the album. Now we have the gospel song Blessings, named after me, obviously, with none other than the legend Tasha Cobb Leonard. And Nicki says that she was finishing this the last part of the song right up until the deadline, but this is a beautiful song for her to share. So it's always good to have some praise and worship, you know, and I don't think we should gatekeep which artists make songs praising God. If you want to make songs praising God, then you make your songs, you know. And Tasha Cobb Leonard has always been very open-minded, you know, always worked with Nicki, always been a great person to work with, and the quality of what they create together just shows that. So here is Blessings.
Make no mistake about it, his name is Jesus. Now it's five, I get down on my knees and pray to you. I found my peace in your presence, I put my faith in you.
A beautiful song. Like, just, And it's nice that Nicki's taken time out of her album to show gratitude. And I think being able to express gratitude is very important. The story is that, yeah, so she almost didn't finish the last 8 bars on the song. And it came to her just before the deadline was supposed to come. And that's the part where she was talking about when she was 5, she used to get on her knees and pray, and just talking about how she developed faith in God. So that's a really good message, you know? And I just want to just say we should all show gratitude and grace for our gifts. Nicki mentions her gifts that she was afraid to use. So if you've got your gifts, use them. They're gifts from God, if you believe. And if it is your faith, then pray and show thanks and ask for guidance on how best to use them. And I can see from this album, Nicki is trying to use her gifts in the best way she can, and it's gone well. So now we're going to the second to last song on the album. We're nearly there, you guys. Sad. Let's get into it. So this song is Last Time I Saw You. This song's already been released, so we've already heard it. I never actually officially reacted to this song on the channel, I don't think. Maybe I did. I feel like I might have, but I don't remember. But a beautiful song. I love the sample. I love the singing. And I would say it reminds me a lot of Are You Gone Already? It's something I wanted to point out that someone else mentioned, which is true, which is when you play the album in a loop, the last 3 songs blend so beautifully with You Gone Already, and it's very emotional. So the album literally feels full circle. And Nicki's been saying this album's full circle, but the audio experience is a very full circle, and it's extremely smooth. You can play the album over and over again in a loop, which is what I've been doing. No skips, just straight playing it round in a loop, and it will flow beautifully. So yeah, I recommend you do that. But so I won't play that song, but I absolutely loved it. I think it's a perfect song. Really fits with the vibe of the album. The live performance at the VMAs was amazing. And yeah, I absolutely loved it. So now we're on to our final song of Pink Friday 2. Wow, what a journey. We're now on to the last song of Pink Friday 2, Just the Memories, or Memories as we've been knowing it over the past few years. This is a beautiful song, and what a way to end an album. Let's have a listen. That's Memories. I love it. I love the nostalgia element of it. I think it ties the album together really beautifully, but also feeds beautifully into Are You Gone Already, and just keeps that circularity going, like I said. This is probably replacing Moment for Life as Nicki's tour closer. I don't know. Moment for Life has been her performance closing song for a long time, so I don't know whether this is going to replace it, but it's a beautiful song. She's so honest, and it goes to show how much of herself she shared on her album. But let's get to concluding thoughts and wrap up my overall take on all of the songs on the album. Wrapping up my review of this album, I would say in a nutshell that this is a demonstration of Nicki's maturity. She's far more relaxed than I've ever seen her. There seems to be this like breath of fresh air that's running throughout the entire album. This is a woman that's extremely relaxed about who she is, where she is, the position she occupies. And she made an album that showcases what she's good at, which is versatility, as something for everyone, and then still keeping that unique, distinctly Nicki Minaj sound. It's feminine, it's fun, it's not, you know, it's not the same as what you hear out now. Nicki doesn't feel, and the thing I like about Nicki is like, can she do Trap Nika? Yes, we've got our Shy Rocks, you know, we've got those kinds of songs. But I do think the thing that Nicki knows how to do is to give the femme in hip hop. This was a female rap album. By that, this is female rap. Rap for the femmes. Rap for the femmes. I'll say that again. Rap for the femmes. And what makes Nicki so good is that she's got that cross appeal, because anyone of any gender can listen to her music. It's just that we know what her original point of view is, but it can be enjoyed by anybody. And that's what I meant about the songs on the album that just go, like anyone could play it. I could play it anywhere and everyone would have a good time. And like I said, there's something for everybody. Overall, I'm gonna have to give this album full marks. I'm sorry. I know it pains some people to see it. You know, a lot of people have really wanted to have a negative view of this album and looked at it negatively, but I think at some point when it comes to an artist, if that artist isn't giving you what you want, I think it's okay to just stop listening or to move on. But people who constantly listen to Nicki Minaj just to say that they don't like it, it's weird to me. If you don't like her artistry, don't listen, because this sounded extremely Nicki Minaj. Like only Nicki Minaj could have made this album. It had singing and rapping. It had her distinct brand all over it. This is definitely an album that shows that Nicki stands, you know, in a position head and shoulders above her peers, which is absolutely fine. It's okay for her to occupy that space. I feel like this album definitely is the sound of a woman in hip hop. This is what the female voice in hip hop sounds like. This is the female POV in hip hop. Now there are different female POVs, of course, but I'm just saying Nicki represents so much to a lot of us that I think it's just such a good project, such a good body of work. I'm really proud of her. I'm just so proud of everything that this album is. I'm proud of all the work that's gone in, the way the Barbs as a fan base and a community are celebrating and coming together. Just really enjoyed this album. This is somebody who has just mastered her craft, and then she's just expressing herself now. This is just her expressing herself, having fun, sharing with us, and it's just beautiful art, really. I'm really, really proud. So happy to finally have this album after so long. We've been waiting and waiting and waiting. It's been years, but we're finally here. I hope you enjoyed the album. Of course, I want to know what you think, so make sure you leave your thoughts in the comments. Of course, make sure you like this video and subscribe. If you like my content and you haven't joined my channel, then make sure you subscribe to my channel for notifications and more updates. You can find me everywhere online, including Twitter, where Nicki follows me, on @TheBMakosha. And I will be back with more content about Pink Friday 2 and other stuff that's going on later. So make sure that you're subscribed so you don't miss that. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked this review. Keep the discussion going on the comments, and I'll see you there. See you in my next upload, guys. Peace out. Bye.